Hi, I'm John Alexandrov with REIC. I'm here with Dan Jansen, Olympic Gold Medal Champion, what I like to call Nina Rowan from Rowan Health Concepts, who I call the personal trainer to the stars and the celebrities. What most people don't know is Nina is very well known all across the U.S. and other parts for her health coaching and personal training with people like, it's okay if I mention some names?
I guess now we can.
Okay, Matthew McConaughey would be one. You also coach CEOs of Fortune 100 companies. You've interacted with politicians. You were, I think at one point in time, asked to be the personal health coach for one of the presidents, right?
Yeah, but I turned that down. Big mistake. But, so here we are now, getting a great opportunity and get to have a chance to do some things with Qivana and having Gold Medal Champions team. So this is really exciting.
Well, Dan, we were just talking about the importance of coaching and how coaches played just a phenomenal positive role in your life and helped you get to the point where you had some trials and tribulations, you worked your way through it, and then became an Olympic gold medal champion. So you know how powerful coaching has been for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's really from the time I started skating at 4 years old till the time I retired. I was never without a coach. No matter how good you are, how much you think you don't know enough. There's always someone who knows more, and you need an eye on you. You need some support, whether it's physical, whether it's mental, emotional, spiritual, whatever.
How about accountability, Dan? How important is accountability as part of coaching? I mean, having to turn in your numbers, your times, how many push-ups you did, how many sit-ups you did.
That's a great point. I mean, that's the other thing. If you're not, even if you are completely motivated and you don't skip out on things, it's great. A coach is there. You got to answer questions. You got to be there for them, and I'm sure.
But you're going to perform, though, right? You're going to perform when you have.
Well, exactly. That's what it's all about.
Now, Nina, for some people, this concept of health coaching might be a little bit new or a little bit different. I mean, people have heard of nutritionists. They may have heard of personal trainers or physical trainers. They've heard of medical doctors and coaches. However, a health coach is maybe something new, a new concept for people. So let's talk a little bit about what health and wellness coaching really is and some of the things that you do.
You know, health coaching really developed out of a need. There's a need. You give people information if you're training or if you're a nutritionist, and you give them an opportunity to go off and do it and become healthy and balance their life. The reality is, without the coaching, without the support, without someone checking in, without someone answering questions, and really the accountability, like once a week, chatting with you and saying, hey, how was it this week? Did you do okay with this? And how did that feel? And then finding those key words that you use. I know, Dan, you've mentioned that before, some of the key words that get you to the next state, the next place, moving forward. And so it's a new concept, but it really is necessary. It changes the things that we need to change so we never have to go back and address them again. Because one of the things that happens in health is the cycle that people go through over and over and over again trying to get healthy. And the reality is there's something going on here and in here that keeps you from actually doing it. And we can find out what that is, address it, get it out of the way, and move forward. And then you can become a champion, what I like to say is an everyday athlete. Because then you're able to succeed in whatever it is that you're doing.
You know, Dr. Lowe today mentioned core. And he mentioned the core really is our mind, our heart, and in our core, our real core, people think to be our core, which really is our gut.
And then the third was what you're taking in.
And what you're taking in, right? So it must be different for each person. I mean, when you're coaching somebody,
Absolutely.
somebody who's the CEO of a Fortune 100 company, and then you're maybe coaching somebody who's a celebrity who has a different schedule to get back and forth to the film set, and then an Olympic athlete. You've coached both Olympic and professional athletes. So how do you handle the different personalities and approaches?
You know, one of the things that's great, and I love anybody that's either going to work really hard for a movie or work really hard to attain a goal, because those are things you can push people really far. You just have to find the same kind of motivation in everyday people. And when we get a chance to speak to everyday people, it's a working mom, it's somebody who's a small business owner. And in order to be able to accomplish all the things they need to do, they need to have the same kind of motivation as an Olympian or as a professional athlete. And so you find those kinds of inspirations. And everybody knows they have them because You feel it for a moment.
Right.
And so then the trick is you get a coach that helps you sustain it and keep it and know that it's always with you so that you can achieve those goals.
Nita, how about the people, and I know, Dan, you've run across this, and you spoke about this a little bit earlier. What about the people who say, well, I can figure this out on my own? You know, I can read the label on the box, I can read a Women's Health or Men's Health magazine, I can go to the gym and figure it out on my own, and I know that I can do this.
And what I always tell people is, like, if that's working for you and you don't have any issues, great, do that. But most people, it's not working for them. And they're not accomplishing what they want. And they haven't achieved their goals. And so if it's working for you, great. Maybe you are a person who wouldn't benefit as much from a coach, but you actually could probably be succeeding more if you had one.
Now, Nita, you've agreed to join the gold medal team here at Qivana, which consists of many people. In particular, it's Mike Ruzioni, Bonnie Blair, Dan Jansen, myself, many others who are in the room watching right now as well. And you've been to the convention over the past couple of days, and you're somebody who studied physical health, training, nutrition, counseling for many, many years. What's your impression so far of Qivana, the products and the system?
I am blown away. And like Dan said, it takes a lot to actually get me to the place where I would do something like this. And the idea, every person who has a reputation that is putting their reputation on the line saying, this is great stuff, I'm one of those people. And I can say I've never done that in 16 years in my health business and in my past. I just never have done that before, and it's because the products are truly amazing. And today one of the doctors said something about everything that you put in your body, and that one of the phrases that I tell people all the time is everything you put in your body is either helping or hurting. And the reality is Qivana has everything you need to help. And we go through all the other products and we can see all the reasons why those are not helpful, and actually some of them are actually harmful. And so it's just an amazing product, and it's a great system, which has to be one of the other key components. If you're going to have success, you need to actually have products that work within everyday lives, that have systems set in place so they're simple and easy and you can actually do them. Because there are so many products that everybody who's ever been involved in athletics.
They have to taste good. Yes, they have to taste good.
They have to taste good. But people buy products, they take the box home and they set the box at home and they never use them. Right. And nothing's going to work if it doesn't come out of the box. But the reality is these products work great, they taste great, and that's why everybody's putting their reputations out there to say this is amazing.
Well, Nita, we want to welcome you to the Gold Medal Champions team, of course, our partnership at REIC as well. Dan, thanks again for being part of the interview. I'm sure there'll be many more to come. So stay tuned to the goldmedalchampions.com website, everybody. There'll be more updates over the upcoming weeks and months.
Thanks.
Okay, awesome.
All right.